Welcome to the stream, everybody. This is your boy DRACONNA coming to you live from the Draconians domain. And right now, I am being interviewed by VoiideG. Say what's up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to VoiideG. Alright, so we're pretty much just going to be playing Fall Guys.
Yep.
Right? I'm just going to be asking you some questions.
Not a problem.
And whatnot. Yeah. So these questions come from me and from other people that watch your stream, basically.
Okay.
So it's a mixture of the two. I just want to start off with you speaking about yourself for a second. Just let people who don't know you from my channel.
Okay.
People who don't know you, basically who you are and what you do.
Alright. Well, my name's DRACONNA. How I got my name is, it's my brand. I have it copyrighted and licensed. The Draconians domain is my home network, which I am basing and getting everything all situated. Basically, I come off of a video game knowledge background. I ran a computer and gaming store. I've been gaming ever since. My very first system I've ever had was a Atari an Atari, and trust me, yeah. I actually have one of the oldest systems in the world, and that's called the Brown Box. It's the very first system that was accidentally created. But yeah, right now my dream is to become a voice actor and a streamer, because I can do it. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, speaking of voice acting, because Val was telling me about you voice acting.
Yes.
She wanted to know if you can do any accents.
Can I do it? I could do actually a pretty good Russian accent, which I'm very proud of.
Really good Russian accent.
Yeah.
Can you say something?
Yeah.
When we come down to Mother Russia, we shall know his true power that creates a real man.
Okay. Yeah. Something else you wanted to know was if you know how to speak any other languages. And if not, is there any language you want to learn?
Oh, of course, I want to learn Japanese. I'm like very fixated with the Asian culture.
Yeah.
You know, I'm dating an Asian, of course. But yeah, I've always been fascinated by the Japanese culture. You know, I watch a lot of anime, play a lot of video games. I actually have favorite directors that are Japanese or, you know, Chinese, Asian, from descendant. Like, you got my man Shinji Mikami, near and dear to my heart due to the fact of Resident Evil. Oh, if you don't know who Shinji Mikami is, you need to get out of a rock. Yeah. You got Tetsuya Nomura. You have Hideo Kojima. Yeah, just a lot of great directors.
Yeah, of course. And speaking of video games, something someone wanted to know is if you were able to jump into a video game, which video game would you jump into?
Oh,
and
that's a toughie. There's 3 video games I would definitely jump into without a doubt. Well, 4 now.
Okay.
I can't just choose one. These are my top 4. It's any of the Resident Evil games, Final Fantasy, Devil May Cry, and Mass Effect. I would count Metal Gear as one, but because of what Konami did to Hideo, you know, it's right now it's just been dying. It's been dying.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
After 5, it died. It just died. So those are the 4 main games I would be in, because I grew up to Final Fantasy. My first physical copy that I've ever bought with my allowance, which took me a couple of, like, 2-3 months to save up for back then, was the Nintendo of the very first Final Fantasy game, which I still have to this day, and it still works in perfect condition.
Okay.
I grew to Final Fantasy. That was the first game I've ever bought. The first game I've ever played was Zelda. because when
Oh,
we
yeah.
like I said back then when I had the Neo Geo, it didn't work. I still remember it to this day. I was like I was a kid. I didn't know where the system was, but the very first system I had was a Nintendo, and the first game I've ever had for Nintendo was Zelda, Legends of Zelda. And then with my hard-earned money, when we went to Toys R Us back then, well, actually it was called Funko Land, not Toys R Us. Funko Land.
Yeah.
That's how you know how old I am. I bought my very first game called Final Fantasy for the Nintendo.
That's another thing. Toys R Us, when you think about it, kids nowadays, they're not going to know what Toys R Us is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Toys R Us is surfacing now. There are some.
Yeah,
Toys
they're
R
going to
Us
come
heads
back,
up.
but aren't they changing their name, though? They're going
that-
back to their old name to, what was it called, Val?
It's the same Japanese corporation that bought out Hostess. That's why Hostess came
Okay.
back. Yeah. Now
Okay.
there are a few chain lines. I mean, I have a couple of Toys R Us products that's exclusive from Toys R Us collectibles, because I am a huge collector. That's another thing about me.
Yeah.
I am a huge collector. Behind me, you'll see a couple of my stuff behind me. And they when they went out of business, their stuff was like tripling, quadrupling. But then when they got bought back, their stuff came down significantly, but not as much. I mean, they're
Yeah.
still very worth. They're very high-end collectibles. But going back to the games, why I choose these three games is because I grew up to them. Right now, my favorite, if you had to say my favorite Final Fantasy character, will always forever be Vincent Valentine. Sephiroth is second, and Kain is third. Let me see. The reason why I want to go into Final Fantasy, because hey, you know, who wouldn't want to have an exploration, you know,
Right.
with going around collecting friends, and that's how I am. Because most of my life, video games was my best friend when I was a kid. Video games was always my best friend. I didn't have many friends growing up, so.
Hey, you got friends now, man.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
the important part, you know?
Of course, I practically had to raise myself up to being that par. But then all of a sudden, like, since I'm a very horror fanatic, I love horror. Resident Evil was the very first horror game I've ever played, and I just got hooked onto it. And it's just a rush of zombies and everything. Like my three favorite characters in Resident Evil: Albert Wesker, Ada Wong, and Leon Kennedy. Leon Kennedy became my favorite because of the last movie, Vendetta, which kind of flopped, but Leon saved that movie, saved that CGI movie like tremendously. He pulled some John Wick shit. So I was just like, yeah, fuck that. Leon is, excuse my language, I'm sorry, but Leon is like currently one of my top guys.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind being part of that. And Mass Effect, who doesn't love science? I mean, I got into Mass Effect due to a very good friend of mine's, which is his birthday. You know, shout out to Jeff Cholo Sunkao. I grew up to the Mass Effect genre, and I just fell in love with it. Like, the story is just like so consistent.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Andromeda. Andromeda, yeah.
No, that doesn't count.
Yeah, we don't talk about Andromeda. No, we leave that in the background. But you know, a story like that where it's so consistent, you just want to be part of it. You feel like you are part of it because you're able to create your own character, able to pick the outcome of the story. There's like, you can either go renegade, or you could be pure, or you could be both. But it all depends on your decision of the game, and you can fall in love with whoever you want. It's also genderless. Like, you could fall with another. If you created a male character, you could fall in love with a male character, or if you created a female character, you could fall in love with a female character. You know, it's open. It's open-minded.
Yeah,
Plus,
completely open.
yeah, and you know, who wouldn't want to, you know, mess with a alien woman? I wouldn't mind. I don't care. I don't judge. But, and it teaches you that you don't have to judge who you are or who you're with, as long as you still care about the person. That's what you're fighting for. And that's why I love about Mass Effect. There's so many things that it teaches you nowadays. And also the last one, Devil May Cry, is because you just want that rush. And I fell in love with one of my favorite characters. I actually cosplay him, Virgil. You know, my favorite Devil May Cry game would have to be Devil May Cry 3. And it's just the story of it between the brothers on how it relates. If you have siblings and you always are at each other's throats, that's the significance of that game. They're always at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Trying to be better than one another.
That's one of the games that got me into gaming. It's insane.
Yeah.
That game, if anybody listening has not played that game, I highly suggest,
Just don't go DMC Definitive Edition. Please don't.
Please.
Please.
Don't do that. Like, I haven't
go
even
there.
gotten that game, and the only reason I want to buy it is just so I can have the full collection.
That game.
Not even so I can play it.
That game is will never be in my collection. I don't care.
Oh my god.
I have I have all the special editions. I have all the limited edition stuff, except the jackets, because I'm not paying $9,000.
No. Yeah.
But all the limited, I even met the cast of Devil May Cry 5. I met Brian, that voiced V. I met Ruben Landon, voiced Dante. I met Johnny Young Bach, voiced Nero. And I met Dan Southworth. Oh my god, Virgil. Whew! Which I had a 45-minute martial arts lesson with, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Let's jump into this so we can get you a little more scatterbrained. You're a little too together for my liking. So let's get you.
Well, I'm always gonna be together, even when I play a video game. I'm not gonna get scattered.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm very concentrated and motivated.
All right. So since we spoke about the 4 games that impacted your life, something that someone wanted to know was what's the game that most impacted your life? The one that made you who you are today, basically.
I can't choose one of those games. I would have to say all 4. Well, the 3
differently.
The 3,
yeah. 3 games, yeah.
Yeah, the 3 games. Mass Effect just recently came into my life.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually 4 games. There was Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Rising that impacted my life. But throughout childhood up until now, it was always Final Fantasy and Resident Evil and Devil May Cry. Final Fantasy 7 being the top.
Okay. Someone else wanted to know, other than cosplaying and gaming, what do you like to do on your spare time?
Let me see. What do I like to do on my spare time? I like to actually dust off my action figures, to be quite honest. I mean, it's a 4-hour job. I'm not gonna lie. Dusting these
honestly,
action figures is a 4-hour job.
Trust me, I get that.
But I actually like to hang out with my friends. To be quite honest, I've been doing that a lot more. Doing some voiceovering, making some voice reels.
Okay.
And the number one actually thing I just do, besides from gaming, is drawing too. When I just don't feel like gaming and I just have like being inspired of doing something, I just draw.
You draw?
Yes.
Okay. I get that. I completely get that.
Oh. Oh crap, I got hit with a bumper. See, now who's being scattered?
No, my phone turned off, and that's where I have all my questions.
It's okay.
Okay, okay, I have another question here, but I'm gonna leave that for the end. Someone wanted to know if you watch anime, and if you do, which anime opening, and if you don't watch anime, which video game opening would you have as your theme song?
Oh, wow, that's a toughie. I watch anime and I play video games, so that's kind of a hard question to ask. Oh man, It all depends on the mood that I'm in, to be quite honest.
Okay.
Like, I love all Trigun movies. I mean, anime. I'm a huge Trigun guy. What else? There's just so much to answer on that one. Alright, hold on. Let me just concentrate on this one real quick. Come here, come here, come here, you little mother lover. My tail.
Yeah, honestly, the reason I do this is because, one, as I said, you get people to, you know, it's completely two different sides of your brain.
Yeah.
So it's like yes, it does take away from the fact that you have to concentrate on the game.
No, I understand
so
that.
It's a little harder to concentrate on the questions, but at the same time, I find it so entertaining. Just the other day we had Beisachi in here, and I made him play Soma, and the whole time he's like, "This is a hard game, isn't it?" And I'm like, "No, man."
Well, this game is this game is not that hard. You just gotta.
It's not a hard.
No, but to answer that question earlier, if I had to pick any game, I only have to pick one theme song, correct?
Yeah, one theme song.
All right. This is a toughie because I have a lot of songs. Crap. I would possibly have to say the most recent one that I actually fell in love with is from Devil May Cry 5, and that's Silver Bullet.
Okay.
I have to go with that one because it's the main song that I always listen to. Like, even when I'm at work driving my forklift, I'm just like, I just go into a road rage of hell.
But I completely understand what you were saying earlier. Like, it all depends on the mood and moment.
Yeah. But if I had to pick a game, if I had to pick a theme song, I would probably go with Silver Bullet. Because I would go with one of my favorite games, even though that it didn't do so well. A lot of people didn't like it. I loved it because of the story behind it. But I would have picked Redemption from Dirge of Cerberus. But I kind of felt towards Devil May Cry Silver Bullet.
Yeah, I get that. Someone else wanted to know who is the biggest inspiration in your life?
Ooh. Be a little more specific on that. Like, is it actors, family?
Oh, they didn't specify. That's all they said. Who was the biggest inspiration? I'm guessing they mean in general, just in general in your life, the biggest inspiration.
God rest her soul, my grandmother.
Okay.
You know, she's been my best friend, my motivation in life. If it wasn't for her, I possibly wouldn't be the man that I am today.
Okay.
Because she helped. There were certain things that I needed to hear that I didn't know that I would ever hear in my life.
And she told them to.
She's the only one that actually broke me. Did you make it?
Yeah, I made it.
Oh, okay, good.
Here's one. What do you want to be remembered by? What do you want people to remember about you? Like your gaming, your voice acting,
Just the person who I am.
Just who you are. Just
yeah, because
all around.
It's like I'm like a magnet to people. I just bring people closer. Like, if they've been outcasted, I know what it's been like. I've been through a lot in my life. I've seen things that people shouldn't have been seeing. I've done things, not a lot of things, but there's some stuff that I've done when I was growing up that, you know, I wish I can always take back. But I know where they've been. And if I haven't been through it, I've seen it happen with my own eyes. And I just want to be remembered that, you know, I made a difference in people's lives, which I have, you know.
Yeah, I can speak for that. Like, when we first met, that, like, you know, like like to some people, like, it might come off as like a way of speaking that's, you know, some people don't like hearing it, but how you speak to people and what you say, it's something that people need to hear. Definitely.
Exactly.
Like when we first met, you know, something you told me was like, "Yo, you gotta stop being quiet and just speak your mind, man." Like,
exactly.
Just do what you want to do and just, you know, go for it. And that actually, like, you know, pushed me to doing things that I'm doing now. To be completely honest, like, one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because I literally remembered, you know, us enjoying Gameland, and I was just like, just remembering you telling me, like, just go for it, man. Just do what you're gonna do and just do it and do the best that you can at it. And that's one of the reasons why I started doing this, to be completely honest. Goddamn, we can't freaking get the ball.
I just scored 2 goals.
Yeah, I saw you score 2 goals, but like,
and I hate
I
this
haven't
map.
touched the ball this whole time. But yeah, you honestly, man, you're one of my inspirations. Like, you're one of the reasons why I'm doing this.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate that I made an impact.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's basically all my life is that I want to just make a huge impact and bring people closer. Because honestly, like right now, I have a group called the Cosplay Family of 2018.
Yeah.
And we've always looked out for one another. We always game, no drama, thank God. Because that's one thing about me I hate most of anything is fake people that cause drama.
Yeah.
They want to be your friend 1 minute and then all of a sudden the next they just want to take advantage.
Yep.
And that's what I'm about. Because it goes against everything that I am and the person who I've become. That's why I don't criticize people's gender, their race, their sexuality, their religion. I even had a couple of people that came up to me telling me, "Oh, do I want to be part of a church, or do I want to be part of a group?" Hell, I even got offered a couple of times to be part of a gang. I turned it down because that's not who I am. I help everybody equally. Because I know what it's like to be alone, and it really does bite the big one.
Yeah, man, I get that.
Even like when I met you, and I saw that you wasn't talking, you wasn't shining.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very frustrating tactic to learn on how to open up to people because you're afraid of being hurt, or you're afraid of you know, mistrusting the wrong people. So I know what that's like.
Yeah,
Trust me, it's not a fun thing.
This interview got real all of a sudden. Here's a question from Val. She wanted to know what you were like as a kid.
I was very quiet. I was a very quiet person. Like, it was very, very, very difficult to live in my shoes, to be quite honest. Oh crap! I didn't see that.
Oh no.
But like I said earlier, I grew up with no hardly any friends. And the little friends I made, I had, it was just, I had to do what they wanted to do mostly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I didn't want to be like that. So when I had video games, that's the only thing that been like, keeps me calm. Because 1 minute I'm very quiet. Like hell, when I was in school, literally, and I have proof of this. I was actually getting written up absent because I wouldn't talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was that quiet. It was a nightmare. and that's why I guess that's why I didn't make many friends back then.
Yeah.
And with that being said, was just it was a difficult time. The only thing that ever kept me sane was video games. Hell, if you tick me off just a little bit, I blow up. I literally just like spaz out. I become a raging demon child when I was a kid. But I was very, very quiet and always to myself a lot. So that's why growing up, I learned things and learned to open up my heart little by little to trust more. I mean, I've had a couple of people that misused my trust and it went gone to shit, but coming back from all that, I realized what people go through, and I try to get them out so they can stop being afraid or stop being angry all the time, because I've been down that road and guarantee it leads nowhere.
Yeah.
So growing up was very difficult because one, I didn't have a father. I didn't have a dad around. I know who my dad is. Well, my father. I don't like calling him dad. I know who my father is and everything. I met him before, but I never had a dad around to show me things or teach me things. I had to find out the hard way. I had to learn everything for myself. So I know what it's like to grow up without a father.
Yeah.
And it's very hard. So I'm not saying that to the people that I'm gonna be your father, but the closest thing I can be is your friend or your brother.
Yeah. You can't, honestly, like, I feel like that's something that can't be replaced is, a person that's supposed to be there for you, from the very beginning. You can't really replace that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have somebody who, like a father figure, but, it's not the same as somebody who's been there for you from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, here, someone's, to take it out of a very serious note, someone wanted to know, what is one of your weirdest talents?
One of my weirdest talents.
One of them.
I thought voice acting would probably be weird, but okay. One of my weirdest talents. Wow. I honestly don't know. Because usually sounding like, doing voices like, Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, like, oh, hello, family. But it would probably be like, yo, wow, that's weird, but that's pretty cool at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's because anime has picked up so much that now voice acting's kind of like a cool thing to do. Like,
yeah, like,
doing
or
voices is now cool.
Or I could sound like Donald Duck, yeah. I think, alright, I know the weirdest. Yes, it has to do with my voices, but I always do it at work. Like, people just, like, look at me like I'm weird as fuck. Like, oh, why are you sounding like that? I'm just like, well, I just like, doing things to sprucing up my voice, finding good ways of exercising my voice. So I just, do Lilo and Stitch and whatnot. Or I do Donald Duck, or I do Steve Urkel from Family Matters.
Okay, so you basically just do voice exercises.
Yeah. Just out of in my jobs, or my friends like look at me like, what the hell are you doing? My friends that does that knows that I like to voice act and everything, or do voices. They actually support it. They're like, dude, that's awesome that you could do all that.
Yeah,
I'm just like, yeah, well, it's a trade secret. Well, it's not a trade secret. Get off my ball. Come here. No, you stay away. That's my ball. I said no. Come here. But yeah, I would say doing voices at work or any public places, because I always just like do voices at my public places, which sounds cool. And there was actually one time that I was I think it was like a year ago. I was at Dunkin' Donuts, and I was cosplaying, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there was this little girl with a Stitch doll. So I just walked up to her and I just told her I'm just right next to her mom and father. And they thought that I was weird because I was dressed up as Virgil. And all of a sudden, I touched the little girl's shoulder. Well, not her shoulder, but right at the back of her seat. And I was like, "You're her mom and dad?" I'm like, "Oh, her name means family, and family nobody gets left behind." And the mother's eyes just popped up, and the little girl just like, Stitch!
Oh my goodness.
I explained to the mother, I'm like, I'm sorry, I just saw her with the Stitch thing, and I love Stitch. Stitch is one of my favorite Disney characters, and I just had to come over here and do it for her. You know, I seen that she was like a little teary-eyed. She goes, yeah, because she wants to go to the convention and everything. I'm just like, oh, okay. So I guess I made her day. So that was actually a weird but funny moment.
Okay. I guess keeping it weird, somebody wanted to know, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I actually wanted to be an air fighter pilot, to be quite honest.
Do you still want to be a pilot?
I've always wanted to. It's never but I kind of got screwed out of that, which that's like a sensitive detail.
Okay, yeah.
But the only advice that I could say for people that wants to join the military, take this action. Don't make friends when you go to boot camp. Do what you have to do first, and then you can make all the friends that you want. Whoa! Hey, I called.
Oh, you made it. Okay. Yeah, I'm spectating you right now.
Oh, you didn't make it? Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I died in the first one, man.
Oh, Speedy. Jesus, Drac, you look sweeter than an apple pie. Thank you, Speedy. I don't know how to take that, but thank you. Yeah, when it comes to video games, I'm pretty good. I'm sorry. I love video games, like I said. If you want to know, I actually when I play a video game, I actually portray myself in the video game, like what actions I would do or take. So that's how that's my perspective on video gaming. I just put myself into it, like pretending if I am that character.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Oh God, we're gonna get creamed.
You were talking about cosplay earlier.
Yeah.
Val wanted to know, what's the weirdest request you've gotten for a photo while in cosplay?
Oh, that one's an easy one. I actually got in a person to tell me if I could take a picture of their dog biting my head off. And it's kind of funny because the dog can open their mouths like on command, be like, all right, open up. I'm like, open up? And then all of a sudden they're like, all right, just pretend like you're scared. I was just like, okay. So I pretended like I was scared and everything, and then like they had the dog close. And they had me in the background. And I was just like, wow. And it looks like the dog was eating me.
Wow.
Alright, hold on. So yeah, that was probably the weirdest thing I've ever gotten.
Here's one. Do you do a lot of online shopping? And if you do,
yes!
What's
Amazon.
the biggest accidental purchase you've ever made?
Accidental?
Yeah.
I don't think any accidental purchases I've ever made.
You've never made an accidental purchase?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah. Not once.
This game's gonna go on forever. They're just holding you guys back.
Yeah, the yellow team are being real dick bags. We're just holding their balls.
If you can meet a fictional character in real life, which one would you
Vincent Valentine.
and if they offered you to take you back to their universe, would you go?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Here's a weird one. If you were given 1 minute, a 1 minute ad slot during the Super Bowl, what would you fill it with?
To be honest, if I was to fill a 1 minute ad slot, like my personal preference choice or something that I have to create?
Anything you want, like anything in general, like your choice. You could fill it with just a white screen, I'm guessing, if you wanted to.
Honestly, I would fill it with voice actors. Because without them, you know, we wouldn't have such things like video games and whatnot. Like accomplished voice actors such as Steve Blum, Quentin Flynn, DC Douglas, you know, Johnny Young Bach. They actually, you know, take the time out. You know, without them, you know, cartoons wouldn't be possible. We wouldn't have animes. We wouldn't have, you know, video games or such.
I love the fact that you said that just now, because when most people think voice actors, they normally think anime, just straight anime.
Yeah, well,
and,
you got...
most people don't think about the fact that, yeah, most voice actors also work in video games, or even just voiceovers, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah. You're really going after it, man.
Yeah, I just screwed that guy. Sorry, homie. I wanted more. Oh, crap. Whoa. Woo, look at me.
I think this is for the win, isn't it?
I think so. I hope so. Oh. Almost lost it.
That was very close to the edge.
No!
Oh no! Oh my god.
Ah, crap!
Oh my god.
I slipped right off. Oh man, I could have had it too.
Yeah.
But
Just a second more.
yo, Drac man, we should catch up some games if I beat you, of course. You could try. I mean, hey, anybody could beat anybody. It doesn't matter. There's always gonna be somebody better than you, no matter what. But I would definitely put it up with the voice actors because I don't think they get enough recognition. I mean, a lot of us fans that knows them, they get enough recognition. But like families and friends that's like not into the whole gaming aspect or animations or cartoons or anything like that, they only know like big time celebrities like Will Smith. Robin Williams was by far my favorite voice actor of all time. I actually told a couple of voice actors. They're like, you're my big five. You're my top five. I can't distinguish who's second, third, fourth, or fifth. And they're like, oh, so you have a number one. I'm like, yes, I have a number one. And no disrespect, I will tell you this. It's going to be Robin Williams. And then all of them that I've ever met, they were like, you know what? I respect you for that. I actually agree. They all actually agree. Because you can't beat Robin Williams.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody could beat Robin Williams, you know. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Like even when they that's something I liked about when they made the new Aladdin, like Will Smith, who played the genie. He said it. He was like, this movie's not gonna be the same due to the fact that we don't have Robin Williams. Like I'm not gonna be able to, you know, do anything better than he did it. He did it the best way it could be done. I'm just basically, you know, carrying the torch, but I'm not going to do better than he did. It's not going to be better. It's going to be something that's, you know, just, you know, right below him. Like, and I'm sorry.
Well, he did not. He turned down that movie twice. Oh, I got a connection error.
Oh, yep,
that
same
sucks.
here. Wow. Okay. Well.
But he did turn down that movie twice. Wait, hold on 1 minute. I told him that he was like, shut up. I was sick that day, and I was like sick of losing. LOL. Wow, Speedy. But yeah, he actually turned down that movie twice. Like he really didn't want to do it because nobody's gonna top Robin Williams.
Yeah, no. And another thing is like he even said it, the music that was done in it, they kept asking him to rewrite it, and he's like, there's no way I can just rewrite a classic. People are not gonna like that. People are not gonna like me just taking
I would have been
and
pissed.
making a new song.
And I actually agreed to that because The Lion King and Aladdin are my two absolute favorite Disney movies that I would die for. They horrified me with that damn Lion King. I was so upset that when I was given that as a gift, and normally I don't give gifts away, but that traumatized me to the point that my niece came up like, oh, Uncle Mike, can I have that? I'm like, here, just take it out of my house, go. I actually gave it to her because I could not stand. No disrespect, she's an amazing artist. Beyonce, please don't ever sing that song again. Just please. You just butchered that movie for me.
I'm sorry to anyone who liked those the new ones. Like the new Aladdin, I watched like maybe like 15 minutes of it and I had to take it off. I was like, this is not okay.
Well,
this part doesn't make sense. This part, to me, I couldn't watch it. It's kind of like the when they made the Death Note movie on Netflix.
All right, we don't talk about that.
They immediately were like, they were like, this is not meant for anyone who likes the anime. It's just meant for new people who don't know anything about the anime. And
the only thing that I give credit to that movie, to that movie in Netflix, is oh my god, I can't believe I forgot his name. He played those who watched Spider-Man. Oh my god, I can't remember his name. He was the Green Goblin in Spider-Man.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Oh god. Oh my god, I can't remember his name. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Val, look it up. Val's right here sitting next to me.
So, yeah.
Look it up.
He's the only one. He played Ryuk beautifully. I loved his voice.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was an amazing choice.
They did Ryu well, but you know, if you wanted to do justice by that anime, they shouldn't have done what they did. But as they said, it wasn't meant for people who watched or liked the anime. It was meant for people who were new to it and didn't know anything about the anime or the manga or anything at all. Like in that way, yeah, sure, it's an all right movie. It's not necessarily good at all.
It was bad.
It's not good. Yeah, it's not a good movie, but I get for who it was made for. I get that. Like it was meant for people who don't watch anime. You know, that sense. Okay, yeah, sure. But it was not a good movie. It was not at all.
Yeah, it was just really bad. Now, with the whole movie Aladdin, the new one, I didn't mind it. Honestly, out of 10, I actually gave it a 7.5. Due to the simple fact that they kept with the story, they kept with the aspect. That new song that they did, Silence, I thought I was going to be like, oh my god, they're just going to ruin this fucking movie. But it made sense. It made a huge amount of sense because Aladdin, the movie, is not just about Aladdin. They revamped it to make it about Jasmine. Yeah. It's something new. They kept with the name of Aladdin being the main heroic, but the story revolved around Jasmine.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why I was just like, this is a new take. That's what a lot of people did not understand. Like, all right, this ain't Aladdin, this ain't... But you gotta understand the concept. Everybody wanted to know why was Jasmine like this and that in the cartoons. Hell, even me. But now they gave it its own twist. They made it 50-50. They gave Aladdin his story, and they gave Princess Jasmine her story. So that's why I gave it a 7 out of 7.5. The one thing that I really hated was, why did you make an overgrown parakeet? I was waiting for a big king cobra. I was waiting for Cobra Commander to pop out.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about because I didn't finish the movie. As I said, I only watched like 15 minutes of it, and then I was like, I can't watch this no more. I sorry, can't. I literally couldn't. I took it off. And like, I was watching it with somebody at the moment, and they told me that I just didn't like it because of the new music, and it had nothing to do with that. It was just, personally, I just couldn't sit through it. I don't know why. I just couldn't.
So, all right. What was off-putting to you about it?
I honestly don't know.
Now I feel like I'm giving you the interview.
Like, I should give that movie a second chance. Like, you know, like if I was willing to sit through the Death Note movie, I should be able to sit through, you know, the new Aladdin, you know, and whatnot. But I couldn't. I don't know why. Maybe it's because that's my favorite Disney movie. That might be it. You know, and I just didn't, you know, want that image, you know, to I don't know. I just couldn't. I couldn't sit through it. I don't know. I really don't.
Like
know.
I said, hey, Aladdin's my favorite movie. In general, by far none. You know, my favorite Aladdin character will always be Genie.
Yeah, definitely gotta agree with you there. Gotta agree.
Ooh, I dipped him.
Oh,
You gotta learn your 5Ds. Dive, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Yeah, I kind of said messed it up, but I'll be alright. They'll forgive me.
We'll fix it in post.
Whee! Superman!
I probably won't. Half the time I don't remember to fix anything after it during editing, so. And it's gotten to the point where it's become a joke between me and like other people that I do videos with, where it's just like, oh yeah, you'll edit this later, and I'm like, yeah, of course, and they're like, no, you'll forget, you'll probably forget. I'm like, crap, yeah, you're right.
Hold on 1 second. You heard that the Galactus is supposed to be the next big Yes, I heard. The Fantastic Four is supposed to appear in Ant-Man 3. Oh God, I hope they pick a new cast, because that last cast of the new Fantastic Four really sucked.
Yeah.
And Shia LaBeouf is gonna play a huge role in the new X-Men movie. Oy, okay, I'm done with the Marvel now.
Val wants to know, how would you react if you had the opportunity to voice act a role in an anime or video game?
I'd be so excited. Yeah. Honestly, I'd be very, 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 very excited and couldn't wait. Due to the fact that it was always my secondary dream to be a voice actor in a video game or an anime.
Yeah.
And if I ever had that opportunity, I wouldn't waste it. Never waste. If any opportunity comes to your way, never waste it.
Oh Jesus. This is testing my freaking memory, man. Oh God. Bananas. Okay, cool. It's over here.
I'm holding somebody. I don't care.
Yeah. You just gotta grab onto people because they like to push. Oh God, don't push me. Okay. Alright. But yeah. Actually, you read manga as well, of course, right?
Some mangas. Not a lot.
Okay. Alright. Because I know a lot of people that watch anime but don't read the manga. But something I wanted to ask you was, is there an anime, or better said, is there a manga that you've read and would like to be made into a anime?
A manga that I read that I would like.
That isn't an anime yet. Yeah, that
isn't an anime yet. Honestly, no, I haven't read anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't. I've read Inuyasha's. And now I know that they're coming out with a new Inuyasha season.
I heard about that. With the kids.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about it yet. I'm gonna wait a little more.
If my man Lord Sesshomaru ain't in it, I'm gonna be so upset. I mean, his daughters are in it, but
yeah, I don't know.
But moving on.
Yeah, but like, have you heard of Vigilantes?
No.
No? Do you watch My Hero Academia?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Bakugo.
You should read Vigilantes. It is so good. It's basically about... I don't know if you can guess it, but it's about Vigilantes.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. But, no, but, like, all jokes aside, it's actually really good. It's about a kid who wants to be a hero, but doesn't have, like, his hero license. And, of course, that makes him a vigilante if you're going around, you know, solving crimes without a license, you know, that you're not necessarily good. It's like it's basically like in the real world. You can't go around expecting to solve a crime and not have a repercussion because you're not a cop, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you can't take matters into your own hand. There's a law for a reason, you know? But yeah, it's actually very, very good. I heard they might make it into an anime, but then after I heard that, it like died down, and I haven't heard anything ever since. Oh jeez, I can't jump through this. There we go.
I can't jump through it either. Yeah. I was really good at this game.
There's it's actually very good. It has new characters and everything. It takes place literally, if I'm not mistaken, it takes place right before My Hero Academia.
Oh really?
It is so good. It is honestly so good. Like I would recommend anybody reading it, definitely. And like the My Hero Academia episode 0, I'd recommend reading that as well. It's actually very good.
Okay.
Yeah. If you haven't read it, I'd recommend reading it. Episode 0 it's literally about Deku, but the Deku that originally was before the actual Deku that you see in the anime.
Ah.
Like, originally Deku was a salesman selling like hero items. That's what he was. He wasn't in like a student or anything like that. He was a guy selling hero products to heroes. And he gets so tired of it that he decides, you know what, I'm going to take matters into my own hands, and I'm going to start wearing these hero products and going around solving crimes. Which is actually amazing, but...
Yeah, that's like in Hero Academia, the support team, they make all this stuff for the heroes to help them, you know, with their powers. Like Deku, he has braces now because he's been using All for One and destroying all his ligaments.
You know, I've never cosplayed, but I want to cosplay that. I want to so bad.
Yeah, I've actually wanted to cosplay Bakugo, but there's so many people cosplaying Bakugo. I'm just like,
dude,
I'm gonna fall back a little bit.
We should do it together, man. We should do it.
Because Bakugo
here's the thing. If you haven't read the My Hero Academia manga, you should, because there are cosplay opportunities in that you have no clue, man. Yeah, it's insane. Okay. I gotta leave the show. Okay. So the costumes completely changed. Freaking there's so many things that happen in the manga that don't happen in the anime, or haven't happened yet, that are incredible. Like, I would highly recommend reading that.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I'm more of a type of person, literal book. I don't like to have so many books because I have like so many collectibles. So, but I read like off of like the internet and everything, books from the internet. So
speaking of internet,
did
you see Kiss Anime died today?
Yes.
There's no more Kiss Anime.
I know.
I almost cried, man.
You almost cried? Yeah. I was.
That was my number one anime thing, and it's not because I don't want to support. Like I love supporting the anime community.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I don't know if you've like seen it, but anime creators nowadays don't make much from the anime themselves. Like, and I hate that. True. I hate that. Like, I hate the fact that they don't get paid as much as they should from the anime. They make more money from merch than anything else, and that's why there's so much merch around. You know? But like, also where like, I don't know. For me personally, it's like it's so difficult for me to find a place to buy anime. Maybe it's because I'm looking in the wrong places. That's probably what it is.
Well, what are you trying? You're trying to buy anime, like buy the Blu-rays.
Yeah,
stuff like
the discs.
Dude,
like, yeah,
why didn't you come talk to me?
man,
Like, I have a
don't know.
lot of connections. I have a lot of connections in the anime
Like,
community.
I remember one time I bought, I don't remember which one it was, but I bought a Blu-ray on Amazon, and then it came in and it was like crushed. It was destroyed. Like, it had water damage. It was just destroyed. So I was like, I can't buy it online. You know, if you buy it online, obviously this is the condition it's gonna come in. Like, maybe it was a one-time thing, but it's like,
Yeah,
you know.
when it comes to collectibles, because like I said, I am a collector. And to answer the question with the whole buying stuff offline, there were some purchases that I did regret, but I returned it to get my money back and to get it from somewhere else. Oh crap! No. Alright. Yeah, just send me another invite. Yeah, I got kicked too. I've sent them back, so I don't buy collectibles off Amazon anymore. I buy them straight from Ami. That's Ami, AMI, AMI.
Val, grab a pencil. Write this down.
Ami. If I want
Okay.
my Play Arts Kai figures in great masculine condition, they're very
Yeah.
good, and they have a straight source in Japan to Square Enix if I want my Play Arts Kai. So I go through them. I go through Square Enix. I go through Good Smile. I go through SH Figuarts to get their merchandise, because when they mail it to you, they mail it to you in amazing condition. Like,
Yeah.
I bought in a Sid Highwind Play Arts Kai figure 3 times off of Amazon, and those 3 times they failed. It was crushed. It was damaged. I like to have a pristine box, like pristine condition, and they weren't doing it. So finally, I was able to find a couple of figures off different websites that actually was very high clientele, and they were recommended by my other collectible friends, and I went through them. It takes a little longer for it to be delivered, but it comes in a masculine condition. So
Oh yeah, definitely.
so that's what I do. So I don't mind the little wait, but as long as I got it, I got it. So
But here's my question. For
Okay.
figurines, mainly for figurines, because collectibles I understand, but for figurines, do you leave them in the box or do you take them out of the box?
Well, there's certain types of collectors that like to collect. Me, I like to leave my collection in the box.
Okay.
I don't open them. If I have doubles and I don't mind opening one, like my Vincent Valentine, I got 2 of these, so I decided to open one.
Take one out, leave
Yep.
the other one in. Okay.
Take one out, because the box of this one was really damaged. So I was just like, oh man, I'm like so disappointed. So I found another collector, and he was willing to part with one, which I have over there that's in mint condition. So I decided to open up this one just so I have a Vincent Valentine staring right next to me, because he's one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters.
Okay.
Go Steve
Yeah,
Blum.
'cause I had to ask because I've had people come over to my to my house, and they see my figurines, and they always get angry at me because I take all of my figurines out.
Okay, well,
Do not leave them in the box.
here, then if they're watching this, they would appreciate this. You see all that, everybody? Not open. Not one that is open.
Yeah. But I open mine. I do. But I understand what you're saying as well. Like, I've had figurines come in and they're like bent, like, you know, and they come in bad. But like the ones you like that don't, for some reason, the ones that take the longest, what's it called? The ones that take the longest are always the ones that are in best condition.
Yeah.
Always, never fails. Like I have a Goku Black figurine here, and it's like one of my biggest figurines, and it looks amazing. Honestly, in my
Is it a
opinion,
statue or
It's
is
a
it?
statue.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's, we don't call those figurines. We call them statues, or I forgot the other common term. But figurines, when we say figurines, they're bendable and they're posable. Like I have
Okay.
a very good collector buddy. He goes by the oh my god, I can't pronounce his name. Haru Hiroshi, and he does photography figures, and he's very good at it. Like, he's very, very good at it. And you can check him out. He's on Instagram, and he's like very good when he does posables, because he does everything posable. People are thinking like, oh, he's gluing them, he's just setting up wires. No, it takes him a few tries to get the right proportions, but they're standing. He's not using any glue. He's not using any sticky types of substance. He's actually posing them onto the characters. Like, if they're doing like a drop kick from uptown, he's actually balancing them. He's balancing these figures off of figures. So there's no wires, there's no strings, there's no glue, there's no sticky substance, nothing. This is like skills, and he takes pictures of them, or he'll do a like nice little recording of it. Like, he's that talented.
Okay.
And he asked if I want to do something like that. I was just like, I have a problem with opening up my figures. I can't open them. I'm sorry, I just can't open them, because most of my figures right now, they're autographed.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. Okay, so here I have a question. Talking about statues and figures.
Okay.
What are these called again, pal? Those Funko Pops. What are your thoughts on Funko Pops?
I mean, they're highly collectible, don't get me wrong, but
No, yeah, that I understand.
I collect, me personally, I don't like collecting a lot of Funko Pops because it's not my forte.
Yeah.
But certain Funko Pops I collect, like stuff that I grew up, like I have an expensive Timon Pop from the Series 1 of Lion King. That's that I really want to get Nathan Lane to sign, because he was the very first Timon. And I want to also get Quentin Flynn to sign it, because he voice acted Timon in the animated series of Timon and Pumbaa Wild Adventures. I have a couple of Dragon Ball Z, and my near and dear, I have to have a lot of Vegeta Pops. I have a lot of Vegeta Pops, because Vegeta's my boy, I have some Resident Evil Pops, I have some Kingdom Hearts Pops, but I only collect certain Pops. I'm not gonna down it, because you always have those people that only collect Pops. They're very highly collectible, and I have nothing bad to say about them. The reason why I don't like collecting them is because they're too chibi for me.
Yeah, I get that. I get that completely. Like, I only have 2 of them, and I have an All Might one and a how do I forget his name? The main character from Cowboy Bebop. Spike.
Okay,
oh
Spike.
My god. Spike. I have that too, because I couldn't get the actual like figurines, so somebody gifted these 2 to me, and I was like, okay, you know what, might as well. The All Might goes perfectly with my Deku figurine, or statue, so it's like perfect.
See, and that's the thing, the difference between statues and figurines. Figurines, they actually cost more because of the mobility. Statues cost a lot less because it's just one piece. It doesn't move or anything.
Yeah.
The articulation is what people goes after. Figmas, SH Figuarts, Kai's, NECA's.
Yeah.
You have all these brands. The reason why I like collecting figurines is because when you grew up, you have all these bendables that you could, like the Power Rangers and everything, just fight and you break. But then, growing up from a low-income house, you're not able to get much. There's a lot of spoiled kids that, oh yeah, look, my mom got me this, my mom got me that, yeah, mama. I'm like, well, I came from a low-income family, so...
Trust me, I get that, man. I never even had Legos in my life. I had the off-brand, the really big blocks.
Oh yeah,
giant ones.
Mega blocks.
That's what I had. I never had Legos in my life, ever. Even till today, I don't own any Legos. Like, I had a friend who offered me to buy me Legos once, and then they forgot, so I never got them. But like the closest thing I've gotten to Legos is a oh yeah, no, but that was yours, Val. Val's mad because she's like, hey, you built a Batman. It was her somebody gifted her a Batman ship. But the closest thing I've had to Legos is a Gundam, actually.
Oh wow.
That I built myself, and that's it. And I don't even know where that thing is. Like, we're missing a lot of things. Like my Yu Yu Hakusho figurine, that thing is gone. And then I got upset because no, it's not. That thing is gone. The figurine is gone, and that thing costs like $100 now.
Oh yeah.
And I was looking for it the other day to buy it again because it's like one of my favorites. That's like my childhood. I grew up on Yu Yu Hakusho. And,
yeah, I love Yu Yu Hakusho.
And then I looked it up the other day, and it was like, oh yeah, this thing's like $120 or something like that. And I was like, that is insane. No, thank you. Like,
my favorite Yu Yu Hakusho character is Hiei. I love Hiei.
Yeah.
I want his figure, but it got pushed back because of this coronavirus thing.
No.
But I did pre-order one. I got the special edition one. Thank God. Oh man, I got the exclusive edition. So yeah. Right now I'm trying to gun for a I'm trying to look for a Sashomaru for Inuyasha. But yeah. Me being because of growing up, like I didn't have all the stuff that I wanted. My mother, it was like very hard for her because she was raising 4 of us, and you know we had to share. But now that I'm all grown up, I know the value of money and the value of saving. I actually, you know, am able to acquire all the stuff that I want now, and not have to worry about anything. Because one, I ain't got kids, so I'm the biggest kid. So. And just appreciating all the stuff, the hard work that I've done.
Yeah.
That's why I keep it closed. Like, and I'm very OCD about it too. So.
Yeah. I get that.
And for statues, I collect maybe like a couple statues, not a lot, because it takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, they do.
Boxes that they come in. Oh my God.
That they do. Like, I think that's mainly one of the reasons why I take them out of the box as well. Is because I don't own a lot. Oh crap, orange. I was not paying attention. I was looking at my bookshelf. So like, me and Val, we have 2 bookshelves here.
Yeah.
And like, it's just one shelf on each one of them is full of figurines, you know. And if we had them in the box, I'm positive for a fact that the books wouldn't even fit on them.
Wow.
You know, I'm just gonna go where everyone else goes because I was looking again. Yep, thank you. Alright, cool guys, thanks. Oh god, don't push me. Oh. Okay. But yeah, like mainly it's just filled with that. Like it's insane. Maybe one day I'll take pictures and videos of how our setup is. But like,
Yeah.
Our bookshelves are mainly filled with manga and like and Dungeons and Dragons stuff and you know and books. That's mainly what it's filled with. But like we have a few figurines, you know, covering the shelf.
I mean,
And
I can show all my stuff, and y'all, and this is like only 20%. Whatever's in my room, that's
like,
only 20% of what I have.
you know what I mainly want to do? I want to save up money, go to Japan, and I forget what that building is called. There's a building in Japan.
I know what you're talking about, and that's where me and my friends
like
were going in 2022.
Oh my god, I gotta save up money and go with you guys. It's multi-layered, and there's just figurine shop after figurine shop after figurine shop after figurine shop, and it's insane.
It's in I believe it's in Osaka. It's oh my god, I think it's in Osaka. I forget.
But I want to go there, and I also want to go like up north, where like it's just like farmland. I want to go up there. I've heard it's so peaceful and just oh my goodness. That's just something I want. I want to go there. It's so it looks so inspirational. Like, you know, I haven't drawn in so long, and I feel like going to something to even just see something like that would be, you know, would be helpful. You know? Like I picked up a pencil and paper the other day, and I couldn't even draw a stick man. It was embarrassing. Get back, man. Sal's patting me now. She's like,
Oh man, come here.
give me the golden egg. Someone stole our golden egg. But yeah. Oh, speaking of anime,
Okay.
and whatnot. Somebody wants to know if you had a superpower, which superpower would you have and why?
Oh, hold on. If I had one superpower, just one?
Yeah.
Damn,
just
I
one.
want multiple. I'm greedy.
Hey man, you can't.
Well, since like I said, since I wanted to be a pilot, I would probably say flying.
Okay. You know, man, I have an easy solution to your multiple power wish. It's the power copycat.
Yeah, copycat, but
You'd have all the power. Man.
true.
You just have to have the person nearby, I guess, or something. I don't know. Depends on how it works. We have no eggs, man.
Yeah, they
Someone
took all our
stole
eggs. It's alright.
We have one
We
golden
lost.
egg. Yeah, we lost, man.
We weren't organized. But yeah, I've had the power. I would have the power of flight, to be
Yeah.
quite honest. Just fly. Then you gotta worry about car payments.
Yeah.
Or it's either one or two: the power of flight or the power of teleportation.
Ooh.
I don't want to consider time traveling because a lot of people would say that. Oh, I want to time travel. And
Yeah,
everything.
a lot of
Because
people would love to go back in time.
I don't feel as comfortable as going back in time. I mean, would I do it? I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, of course I would do it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change anything in time because I believe that if it had happened, that's what everything is supposed to do. I mean, a lot of people wants to, fix their mistakes and whatnot, or go back to what they had done wrong.
Yeah.
But the problem is, by doing that, you're not learning anything. You're not learning the whole absence of being free of your own choices. Just because you made a mistake, you have to learn from that mistake and move on from it. If you haven't learned that mistake and then you go back in time to try to change it, oh, I learned that, so now I want to go back and change that and everything. But then all of a sudden, you just changed a timeline and you never learned anything. So basically, that's why I would say, I wouldn't even bother time traveling. If I made mistakes, I own up to it, and I do my best to make sure I never repeat the same mistake twice.
Yeah, definitely. I get that.
So why I would choose flight or teleportation, because I want to travel. I believe that there's so much more out there.
Yeah. Wait. Here. Okay. This is a question for me though.
Okay.
You want to travel, right?
Yeah.
Flight, amazing. Teleportation, amazing. I love the two, right?
Yeah.
But here's my thing. I've always thought about this, and I have never ever gotten an answer, right?
Okay.
So when you run, right? When you swim, when you walk, a muscle is always strained, right?
Yeah.
In order to do a motion, you have to work something, right? Even to
Yeah.
think, you're working your brain. Wouldn't flight eventually just get tiring? Or even teleporting? Wouldn't you just get tired of teleporting? Like physically, I mean,
But that's why you work out.
That's so true.
How do you get stronger? How do you see people all muscular and built, and they could, you have people that's struggling to lift 60 pounds. All of a sudden, you got guys that's lifting it with one finger. They work
Yeah,
out. They
that's
put
true.
the effort into working out. That's why people will be like, "Oh, I want to choose strength. I want to be the strongest." I'm like, "Okay, yeah," and I'll choose speed, and I'll run circles around you until you go out of breath.
Yeah.
And then I'm just over there with so much cardio, I could take a damn shovel and smack you across the head with it. You could be all bulky and muscular and everything, but can you run? No.
Yeah, that's true. You see, that's something me and Val were talking about earlier. She was telling me that you train.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, I train
Okay.
MMA.
I wanted to know, what is your goal? Why do you train? Like, what is your end? Like, what is
That's
it that
actually
you want
that's
at the
actually a
end of
really
the
good
line?
question that I've answered once. One time in my life. That's actually a good question. I train to protect people that can't fight for themselves yet. That I don't use my training to be a bully or to hurt people. I do it to protect people that, you know, can't protect themselves just yet because they don't know how. They grew into a situation that, you know, who's gonna help them? You know, people are being bullied and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I just stand right there. I'm like, yeah, you gonna pick on him? Yeah, make sure you go through me first because honestly, I'm not one to be fucked around with. So if you got the balls enough to pick on him, make sure you pick on me first, and let's see where you end up. And then by giving that inspiration, people would just be like, "Wow, you're that strong. You don't let nobody pick on you." I'm like, well, that's because, to be quite honest, I've been down their shoes before. I hadn't had anybody to help me, so I know what it's like.
Yeah, definitely.
So
that reminded me a lot of what's this comedian? Jesus, he was in White Chicks. The guy who sings in the car. What's his name?
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews, yes. The reason why he's so muscular is because he always wanted to protect his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to protect people that actually had inspired me in my life, and on top of that, to protect those that they feel like that they have nobody around.
Yeah.
That's why I fight. That's why I do what I do. Because then if they're easily to get punked, I'm not going to see that because I've been punked before. I was a kid. I got punked. I got bullied. I know where that leads. That actually fucks up people in their heads.
Yeah.
So I want them to understand that, you know, they don't have to be afraid anymore. They got somebody behind their back. But they got to understand this too. I work to portray that persona. Now, I could show you the way on how to do that, but it's up to you to go through that. Like, for example, my girlfriend, she never had a voice. Everybody always spoke for her. She always had to, you know, do everything what they wanted to do. But when she met me, she's actually putting herself out there. She's making more friends. People are listening to her. She's actually having a voice. People are talking to her, you know, and she's very grateful for that, you know, because she's never experienced that type of life, that lifestyle. So like I said, I knew where she was coming from on that, and I was grateful to help her. Because, you know, it sucks being untrustworthy to people. Like, you have no idea who to trust, who to turn to.
Yeah.
So that's why I train. That's why I fight. I just wanna leave my mark that, you know, people don't have to be afraid.
Yeah. That's an awesome reason, honestly, to train and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like I've been wanting to exercise again, and honestly, I have no motivation, like whatsoever. Like I get up and I just.
The best motivation advice that I could give you on motivation is look at the person that actually has been there for you for the rest of your life. Even if they're not there, do it for them. Like for my grandmother, she's always, the one thing that she told me that broke me, that made me cry, because it takes a lot for me to cry.
Yeah.
She simply told me that no matter where you go, Mike, or no matter what you ever do with your life, just know Grandma's behind you 100% because I love you. I just want you to be who you want to be. And whatever you choose to be, Grandma's right behind you 100% because I love you. I dropped to my knees and I let it all out. Because I had family and friends that wanted me to do what they wanted. And if I don't do what they want, they were always dissatisfied. They always blame me. And that wasn't me. And when she told me that what motivates me to train, to fight, to do streaming, to do voicing, because it's what I want. And I know my grandmother's got my back 100%. So that's why I do it.
Okay.
And that's the most motivation that I need.
That's honestly, that's amazing to have something to fight for like that. That is.
Yeah.
And I get that completely. Like having something to motivate you that much, it's something like in my opinion, to even be grateful for. You know, having something, you know, to fight for. It's amazing. That guy just jumped off.
Actually, I pushed him off. I didn't mean to, homie.
Oh god. I wasn't paying attention to the floor. Oh god, bananas, grapes. Ooh, I hope it's a banana or a grape. Oh, nope, it's watermelon. I have no clue where there's watermelon.
Oh, at the last second. I made it at the last second.
Oh, I literally jumped right over you.
No, that wasn't me, because I was on the other side.
This isn't you right here?
Oh, yeah, that is
I'm
me.
holding you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's you.
I'm sorry, I'm seeing too many pigeons.
I know, man. Oh no, I didn't pay this. I'll just follow you, man.
Oh, crap! Oh, well.
Alright.
That one got me.
Yeah, man. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna end the episode there, but I'm gonna ask you this one last question.
Sure.
Because this one I wanted to save for last for a reason. You know, this is a question that even I want to know. But what's one message you would give to your fans, like to your fans and to people who want to do stuff like this? You know, do a gaming channel or voice acting or even just anything in general.
Be true to who you are. That's how I always portray myself in my life. I'm true to who I am, to the people that I'm around with. Don't be fake. Just stay true to your roots on everything that you always want to accomplish in life, and don't give in. Don't give it up to people that, you know, want to manipulate you or control your life, because that's not the way to go. Because how I treat life like a video game. You only got one life to live.
Yeah.
So live it to the fullest.
Thank you so much.
Not a problem, man. Thank you for having me.
If there's anything you want to plug, you know, go ahead and do that. You know, right now if you want. I know I put your links down below so everyone can, if you guys are watching and you want to hear more from Draconna or even see him play more, just in the description I have all his links. But if there's anything else you want to let people know, you know, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, as Void said, you have all my my links. You know, please send a follow. I will be actually having a giveaway at the end of the month. So so whoever's watching, please follow. The only rule I say is subscribe to my channel, follow me, and see all my content. And I will actually like to give a shout out to Void as well for doing what he's doing. And you know, just like I said earlier, be true to who you are. Take care, be safe, live free, game hard, or it's game over.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you can get notified when new videos come out. And as always, we will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Deuces. Alright, hold on 1 second. Hey, hold on 1 second. Alright, everybody. Well, that was a awesome interview that I had gotten from Void. You know, he's doing his thing. I will definitely put a link in his description in my link. Oh God, I can't even talk straight. I'm sorry. But as always, please take care of one another. Even with this whole COVID going around, please take care of one another. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. And with that being said, take care. Be safe. Live free. Game hard, or it's game over.